Hello everyone, Charles Lang from the Bible Unbound. What I have for you today is something that I've been looking forward to myself. This is from our friends over at Zondervan Publishing. This is an NRSVue Thinline Bible, and we're going to take a look at this one today. All right, so this is an NRSVue Bible on the Bible Continuum. This is basically in between the CSB and the NIV for the reading range. I sat down and I've had, a little bit of time with this. I do like the way it reads, and this would actually be a really good addition for anybody that's looking for any extra translations to read for like a verse mapping or something like that. So let's look into this a little bit more in an overhead. So this is the NRSVue Thinline. So it's a beautiful Bible for a beautiful faith. So the full text in the NRSV updated edition, 2-color page design, presentation page, 2 satin ribbons, 8-page color map insert, a durable Leathersoft cover, Smyth-sewn binding, 36 GSM paper, which is really good. Zondervan SVU comfort print typeface with a print size of 10. I actually like this. Comes in a really nice little slipcover. Let's pull this out. Now, this design, this Leathersoft, I really like because it feels really durable in your hands. This has a nice, should be able to pick it up, circle design on the Holy Bible. And it says Holy Bible NRSV with, looks like 4, gilded spine. Would be normally spine hubs, but they're gilded hubs on there. Comes with 2 satin ribbons that are pretty decent little ribbons. A yellow and a red, golden red, I should say. So as you open it up, it's a nice presentation page, which is part of the paste down page on this one. So it's sewn all the way around, both sides. Paste down page into the text block. So it's an NRSVU for the updated edition by Zondervan. There is the copyright page, printed in China. Your table of contents and a note to the reader and about their preface to the NRSVU updated edition and the abbreviations for the text notes. So it is the Old and New Testament. And this, a note on the update for the NRSV. There's a small little difference of people that don't necessarily like going from one translation to another. So this way, they explain about the major changes or minor changes that happen throughout the update. And then the preface. Same thing that I say through any Bible is to read the preface at least once. So that way you get a better idea of how they're going to translate things, and if there's any special notes or anything with a cross-referencing system. So that way you are able to actually pick it up a little bit easier. I've had an issue with that in the past. Note of the abbreviations for the NRSVU text notes. From the Old Testament and their abbreviations, and the New Testament, their abbreviations. So as you go into the Old Testament, this is a nice clean color scheme. I like to keep that red. So it's a red chapter notes with beginning numbers are red for each chapter. That nice. I really like this readable font. This typeface is actually really clean and readable. It's large, but it's not overly large. Very comfortable. But with this larger size, you have a little bit of a takeoff. You don't have as much in the way of any of like margin space. So if you were going to try to take notes, margins, this may not necessarily be the Bible for you for that. But there's plenty of space. Very easy to underline and make small notes in if you're a note taker. I like this clean. There's some ghosting, but the ghosting isn't overpowering on this one. So this is nice. The text on here is fairly dark. The red comes out slightly pink, in my opinion. But otherwise, this is very, very readable. I like the notes they have. I should say that the indications they have at the top, where they have the chapter and number with this nice cross and line on both sides. Pretty good here. So let's jump a little bit farther ahead and try to go into a poetic section. So as you get into the poetic section in Psalms, that's really where you can see the ghosting. There's plenty of ghosting. But in my opinion, the ghosting isn't really overpowering. It's still really readable. And you can see a little bit of the next page, but it's not like some that I've seen where you can see not only the page behind it, but the page behind that one. The page coloring is slightly off-white, which helps a little bit in that. But this is more of a good straightforward read of the dual column design. So let's jump a little bit farther. Let's go into the New Testament here. So this is a black letter edition. And it's still really nice, even though it is a black letter edition. There are some that prefer red and some that prefer black letter. I prefer red letter myself, but I'm perfectly fine with reading a black letter edition. Good, clean. I mean, the reading, as far as I can tell, it is that nice mix, kind of right in between a CSB and an NIV. It reads really well, and for spoken, it's actually comes out really well for spoken as well. Let's go to the very end here. Take a look at the back. So yeah, there's nothing really extras in here. No chapter openings. I should say book openings or synopsis or anything. So when you get to the end of Revelation, you just go straight from Revelation to the maps. So there's no concordance or anything like that. Nice maps. Very good, well-colored maps that are slightly thicker paper. Into the paste-on paper, paste-on page for the rear. Very nice. They even did a really good job with these turndowns. Overall, this is a really decent little Bible. I like this Leathersoft. It feels like it's going to be pretty durable. It's that kind that feels, and not quite rubbery, but it's smooth. And kind of like what you would traditionally feel for like a leather jacket or something like that. I like it. I would actually use this maybe as a packaway to take along because it's thinner, even though it is a little bit bigger than some of the personal sizes that I have. It's right along the size of your normal Thinline Bibles. So all in all, this is a really good choice for somebody that is interested in picking up an NRSV. Even for somebody like my wife that is into verse mapping, that likes to have multiple editions, this would be another good little Bible to have for that. So yeah, this is excellent. So on that note, that ends this video. And if you could, please like, comment, and subscribe. Let us know how you think about it. And if you have any other types of the maybe NRSV versions or another version that we could take a look at in the future. So until the next video, this is Charles, and we hope to see you soon.